What's up, you guys? It's your boy X-Man87 here, bringing you another review. Well, more of my thoughts on the Shazam movie. I saw it last night with my wife Justine, and oh my god, it was so much freaking fun. I loved it from beginning to end. I just absolutely loved it. By the way, do you like my Shazam shirt? Yeah. Someone at the theater said, "Oh, nice Flash shirt." I'm like, bruh, it says Shazam on there. Anyway, it's all good, but literally this movie, it was a joyride from beginning to end, and just before I get into anything, I'm not a professional critic or anything. I'm more of, I like to share my thoughts, and with this movie, I definitely want to share with you guys, and I want to do spoiler-free section, and then I'm gonna move on to spoilers, which I'll give you a warning. Don't worry. So, oh my god, we kick things off with Savannah's origin. He has like this origin where he's kind of like abused, or at least verbally abused by his family. Kind of talked down to, his brother and his father and whatnot, and he gets to meet the wizard at the Rock of Eternity, and he wants to see if he's pure heart and all that stuff, and well, obviously he's not, because Shazam he's the true champion, and from there we get a build up to the villain, and then comes in Billy Batson, and they go through his story, and I gotta say, the kid that played Billy Batson, he did a good job. At first, it takes a little bit to warm up to him. I'm so used to, in the comics, Billy Batson being a happy-go-lucky kid, and I love Shazam, so right away I knew that, this wasn't Billy Batson, but give him some time. It's all about character development, and no doubt he does get to that point, because at its core, this is a family movie, and it definitely shows. He did a good job, but like in the end, he really made up. He was just kind of like brooding a little bit. I guess like every DC character does now. But no, he was good. But Zachary Levi, holy moly! Yes, in the words of Shazam himself, holy moly, that guy was freaking Shazam. He was Shazam, like 101% Shazam from the comics. He really cared about this character, and it shows. He's, Shazam is tricky to play. Think about it. You're a grown man, a superhero with all these muscles. You got powers, but you're a kid at heart. And like, how are you gonna handle being an adult when you're not an adult yet? So, my stomach hurts so much from laughing from this movie. Man, this movie was spectacular. It really is. And you get to see Shazam, also, character development. When he gets his powers, we all know the story, at least somewhat, Billy Batson's obviously the worthy champion, and, when he gets the power of Shazam, like, he doesn't know what to do with it. So that's when he comes to Freddie Freeman for aid, and Freddie Freeman is a delight in this film. I like that kid. He was really, really cool. Since he knows a lot about the superhero stuff, they go and he kind of guides him. So it's just funny. A lot of his interactions with Freddy was just so freaking. It was so good. The chemistry between the two of them was so freaking good. And he doesn't know how to handle these powers, because he's just like, whoa, I got these muscles. I'm like invincible. I can freaking shoot lightning, fly. He's still trying to figure out how to fly, which, obviously he does get to learn how to fly, but it's later in the movie, but that's okay. Because, again, I like not just the character developing his persona in the movie, but developing his powers, having a growth mindset to use these powers for good, because, again, he doesn't know how to use them, so he becomes like a show-off. And just think about at least me, when I was in high school, if I was a superhero, just by saying one word, I wasn't, my first thing was, hey, get girls. There was so many hot girls around me. I wouldn't think to, save a bus or anything like that, so, there's some stuff in this movie that you're like, whoa, what? They're getting away with this, DC? You got kids going out? It's promoted like a family-friendly movie, which at its core, it's a family movie, but don't get me wrong, man, there's some dark shit in there, and there's some stuff that's just whoa, they're doing this? Man, gotta give kudos to DC, though. They let their balls hang out on this one for sure. It's pretty cool that, he got to develop his powers too. The action scenes are really good. There are Easter eggs that came to life in this movie that I didn't expect to happen at all. So I'll cover that more on my spoiler territory. But overall, Zachary Levi was good. Mark Strong was good as Savannah. Mark Strong is badass. I just really wish he would return as Sinestro for the DCEU, but again, he was just, he was a typical villain. You really don't care about him, but if you understand where he comes from, you kind of see his motive is very, again, just jealous and, guy's full of rage, and he has all the seven deadly sins in him. But it's his performance that made Zachary Levi stand out as Shazam. He didn't overpower him or anything. Now I understand why the Black Adam movie is getting, The Rock's getting his own separate movie. He definitely would have overshadowed everyone in this film because, he's The Rock, So I like what they're doing. There are 2 post-credit scenes, so definitely stick around for them. The first post-credit scene is definitely important as it sets up the sequel, which I'm freaking excited for. The last one, not so much. It was more of a jokey kind of, situation, which was good. Cameos. Well, I don't want to kind of give that out here. So again, in my spoiler review section, I will cover that. But overall, my thoughts on this, I give it a 10 out of 10 of total awesomeness. My highest rating. This was so freaking good. The movie was spectacular. It was just so many cool things. And if you're a comic book fan, especially if you're a fan of Shazam like I am, you're gonna love this. There were some parts like Easter eggs that, me and my wife were like, oh shit, we're talking, and we're like, oh, and then everyone else in the theater was just looking at us like, the hell they're talking about, but they don't get it, they don't know. There was, we know about the Shazam lore, so, really, really good, guys. I highly recommend you go see it this weekend, especially before Endgame comes out, man, because I think Endgame's gonna be it's gonna be depressing. I'm gonna get ready to cry for that movie, but for now, I'm enjoying the laughs that Shazam gave me. But alright, now we're gonna get to spoilers, so if you haven't seen the movie, don't want to get spoiled, stop right here. Alrighty, so spoilers, I warned you. very early in the movie, the first Easter egg we see is freaking Mr. Mind in like this globe as Savannah is walking towards the wizard. He just, it's like he just like wakes like, hey, he's freaking sees Savannah walking, and he sees a little antenna, and yes, he is comic book accurate. So me and my wife were like, holy crap! She was like, baby, that's Mr. Mine, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's freaking awesome. And I remember in my Shazam Mesco Toys Shazam review, I did say, man, wouldn't it be awesome if Mr. Mine was in the movie? I would freaking have a nerdgasm. I would like nerd out. Yeah, I freaking nerd out, and it happened. I did not expect that. So there was some cool Easter eggs. That was a cool Easter egg, and it does get better. There was a Easter egg of Billy Batson's backpack. He had a tiger face, and if you guys know in his lore, Tawny the Talking Tiger is one of his allies in the comics, and there was a lot of references to tigers, not just that backpack, but like tiger plushies, and he even mentions there was a flashback scene with him and his mom. That they were playing this game, and she was trying to win him a prize or something, and it was just like, it was a tiger. He wanted a tiger plushie, but she gave him a compass instead. And that compass was to, find them. It was kind of sad because like they're like at this carnival festival, whatever it is, and he drops that compass ball and starts like chasing after it, but there's so many people that when he finally found it and looks back, he's like, Mom, 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 and couldn't, did not see his mom at all, and police called, and from there, she bounced on him. Pretty effed up, man. It was, again, like, this movie is a family movie to its core, but there are some things there where it's like, whoa, that's a little deep, man. Going towards the ending and the finale. Also one more Easter egg is there's when they're in like the Rock of Eternity trying to escape from Savannah, and when I say there, I'm gonna explain in the next what I'm gonna say after this is there was the 3 crocodiles from the Shazam comic, and I'm just like, oh man, that was pretty freaking cool. It was like they were just playing like a poker game or something like that. So that was pretty cool. I think I saw an Easter egg of Mr. Atom too, and I think I did. I'm not sure. When they were in a toy store, I could have sworn I saw like a robotic head that was shaped like him. That's the in the Mesco Toys review of Shazam that I covered. I was like, oh, this robot thing, and I forgot. I was like, oh, it's Mr. Atom. I totally forgot to put that in there. Now what I want to say is after that scene, or after what I just wanted to say when I said there, what I was referring to there is the Shazam family. Yes, he is a foster kid, and he's brought into this foster home with a bunch of other foster kids, and they're a great family. And towards the end, in the finale battle between Shazam and Savannah, Savannah gets a hold of the wizard's staff of that whole power orb thing, and to stop Savannah and the 7 deadly sins, because they came to life as demons. You could tell they looked a little CGI-ish, but not too bad. But you could still notice it. He has all the kids surround them and hold the staff and have them say Shazam, and boom, the Shazam family. We're talking about Freddie Freeman, Shazam Jr., Captain Marvel Jr., Mary Marvel, Darla, there was Pedro. They all had their Shazam costumes in their respective colors. which was so freaking cool. I did not expect that. I did see, I think it was Funko Pops and then some Mattel figures doing like the Shazam family action figures, but I didn't want to kind of buy into it. You know, because I'm like, you know, I don't think this is going to spoil the movie. I think they just want to push out merchandise. No, it was real. It was real, so it kind of, you know, kind of spoiled me. But at the same time, it was just like, I guess because I was just, you know, stubborn to not believe it. So when it happened, I was like, holy crap. They were really building up to it, and it was a good build-up. You know, the fight scene with them was was hilarious. Again, you know, Freddie Freeman, he does stand out in this, and Zachary Levi too, man. They did an awesome job together. The action was pretty cool. You don't see Shazam really, you know, use his full powers, like, you know, the electric punch and the flying double stomp that I love that he does in the comics. He did not do that, but that's okay because, again, he's learning his powers. And I feel like when they do the Black Adam movie or whatever, you know, when they do the Shazam versus Black Adam thing, I think Black Adam's going to be the one to really push his limits. And Black Adam is not in the movie at all, so don't expect him. However, Easter egg when Wizard was demonstrating or, you know, illustrating the story about, you know, Shazam and the history of it through his magical, like, energetic orb. You can see this hooded figure, and he just turns around and does like some lightning movement, and you see the face, and it's like it has Dwayne Johnson's The Rock's features. Like, it has his facial features, but, you know, you don't see The Rock. So I understand now why they didn't do Black Adam in this movie, because it would have been no, they couldn't. It was important to get Shazam's story out there, his family story out there, Savannah's story out there, and not just a story between, you know, Billy Batson and his foster family, Billy Batson and his, you know, mom, which, my God, that was an emotional scene, man. I was like, whoa, when he finally finds her and, you know, and they meet up, and it was just like, whoa, damn. It was messed up, like how she, like, just dipped on him. Yeah, it was pretty effed up, but the, you know, the Shazam family at the end, you know, they all sat at the table, ate their food. He was just, you know, very negligent at first, you know, Billy Batson, and then he finally accepted it, you know, having these people as his family. And that's when I saw, like, he was finally smiling at the end, and I'm like, oh yeah, in the sequel, he's definitely gonna be the Billy Batson that we know. Yes, oh, man, it was so freaking good. Now that post-credit scene, oh man, the post-credit scene, the first one is Savannah, and he's like in his jail cell, and he's just writing all these like mystical symbols that you'll see early in the film, and he's writing them all over the cell walls, and he just fails, and he's just like, he just kind of loses it. He just starts smashing the freaking door wall, and then you hear this robotic voice speak, and he's like looking around, he's like, who's talking? And on, oh man, on a little like shelf, I think it was Mr. Mind. And earlier in the film, you see that when I told you that, you know, Mr. Mind is in a globe, there's a scene later that the globe is like, it's broken. And so obviously I was like, oh, he's free. Holy crap, where's he going? Maybe is he going to be in the main film? You know, and show up that way. But no, he shows up in the post-credit scene, and you know, he has plans, you know, evil plans to you know, cooperate with Savannah, or however you say it. And holy crap, his voice was so good. I want to know who voices him. And it was just, he was taken straight out of the comic book. Like, he looked like Mr. Mime, and I'm so excited to see that. Damn, that's gonna be good. So I am looking forward to that. The second post-credit scene was more of like an Aquaman joke. Freddie Freeman wanted to see if he could communicate with fish. So he has like this fishbowl and he's talking to it, and he has like this whole superhero checklist for him like through the film, like to accomplish and things. Oh man, overall, this movie was such a blast, man. I highly recommend it. I'm definitely gonna get this when it comes out in 4K. Yeah, Shazam is just... It was awesome. DC found their niche. I'm happy to say that. You know, I thought Aquaman was a visual masterpiece. This was so freaking spectacular. You know, I heard so many great reviews, and while I knew it was gonna be good and great, I just didn't expect it to be that great. I just enjoyed it, and I think, especially with this new Joker film, oh my god, that looks so sweet. Did you see the trailer? Oh my god, Joaquin Phoenix definitely has the potential to surpass Heath Ledger. You know, definitely looked like, first impression, man, that's an Oscar nominee right there, right? I mean, who knows, man? I love it. That's, yeah, you know, that's a story for another time. But man, I gotta support my fellow Puerto Rican. So Joaquin Phoenix as Joker, that's gonna be lit. Just freaking lit. I loved it. So I feel confident from, you know, this point forward that DC has found their niche, and you know, instead of worrying about rushing to get to Justice League, they're great with just focusing on the film itself, and that's what it should come down to, you know. Like Wonder Woman, Patty Jenkins just focus on that one movie and not overall like worried about Justice League or anything like that. And like Aquaman, great on its own. It was a visual masterpiece. I love that movie. That was a 10 out of 10 for me. And this movie too. So the Joker looks like is based in like 1970s Gotham. So yeah, I'm down. I thought, you know, who knows? Maybe if he's popular enough, they'll want to add him in the DCEU. But if not, man, sucks for Leto having to be in between Ledger and Joaquin Phoenix. So, also one more thing at the ending was freaking perfect. Holy crap, the ending was freaking perfect for this movie. So like, Freddie Freeman was getting bullied in school by these two, you know, jocks, and he's we're just typical leather jacket bullies. And they're all like, yeah, you're not friends with Shazam, because he was boasting that, you know, he was friends with Shazam. And he's like, all right, you'll see. He's going to be here at lunch. And he never shows up because they end up having some sort of conflict, you know. Where Freddie Freeman tells, you know, Captain Marvel, oh my god, I mean Shazam. Sorry if I call him Captain Marvel. I've been calling him like that for my whole life. I'm 31. So it's still hard for me to call him Shazam. Yeah, so they have, you know, heart to heart where he's like, you know, like, Shazam says, oh, you're jealous, man, because I got this. You just wish it was you. And he was like, yeah, no shit. I wish it was me. Like, look at me. And he, like, shows his, like, you know, how he's handicapped and all that. He would kill to have that stuff. Like, he's tired of, you know, not being noticed. And it was, again, this film has some really good emotional moments, man. It was really good. So anyway, going back to the, you know, the the lunch schedule. He, you know, after that, he didn't end up showing for lunch, and he's like, oh crap, yep. And you know, the bullies bullied him, and everyone else were like, oh, you know, they don't believe you. But at the very end, the Shazam family, you know, accompany him when he's looking for like a lunch table, and so for somewhere to sit, and like everyone moves out because they don't want to be next to the nerd, you know. and his family then comes in and accompanies him, and they're like, hey, you know, we made this a special occasion. Comes out Shazam with the with lunch, and he's like, hey, this guy Freddy's the coolest guy. This is my best friend right here. And you just see Freddy's face like just lit up, like he can't believe it. And just when you think it couldn't get better, this kid was like a Superman fanboy throughout the film, just superheroes in general, but Superman especially. Freaking walks in, you see the big blue suit, red cape. I'm like, holy shit, it's freaking Henry Cavill is Superman. At least I thought it was. But they cut off the head, but he's built, I swear, he's built just like Henry Cavill, and I'm like, holy crap. And then like Freddy looks at him and he's like, like it was the freaking perfect ending. I loved it. I love this movie. I have to see it again. I probably want to see it like 3 times total before Endgame, because this movie was just freaking awesome. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think about my thoughts or review, whatever you want to call it. Again, I'm not a professional critic, so just sharing my thoughts. And, leave a like, rating. It would truly, show your support. And I'd greatly appreciate it. Leave a comment, we'll chat about it. Also in the comment section, just give people a heads up, spoilers, and then, don't be that guy, man. That just spoils it. I want people to come in here and chat about it with spoilers and non-spoilers. Again, just if you're going to comment on any spoilers, just give a warning, a heads up, all I ask for. And then share and subscribe if you haven't already. So, as far as Marvel Legends videos, I will get to them. Everything's finished recording, but, I got to do, as you guys know, I'm doing editing now, and had some personal stuff going on, and the balance between that and work and photography took a toll on my back. So I've been having some back issues, so no, there will be no Marvel Legends video review today, but definitely I plan to have them out, so stay tuned for that. Apologies, but grown up stuff. And with that said, alright guys, I'll see you on the next video. Peace, peace.